Okay, so we are now on the back of the notes sheet, and we are going to work on completing the square for ellipses. So our equation now is in more of a general form. I know that the things are a little bit out of order, but basically it's a general form. You can't see where the focus or the center is or anything like that. So the completing the square process is, there's a couple added little tweaks to it. So that's why there's a few problems for us to go through together so you can kind of get the hang of it. All right, so the first part is the same though as with a circle. We're going to kind of group our terms together correctly. And then, here we would have a plus blank to complete the square for x's. And then we have 4y squared minus 8y. But we cannot complete the square with the y with this number directly in front of the y. Okay, so we have to do something with that first. So I'm going to leave that one, and then I'm just going to subtract the 4 to the other side like we always did. Okay, so that extra step, let's do that next. Okay, so let's just complete the square, right? We would take half of the middle term 4, 2, and square it. So we would add 4. Now, while I'm doing this, I think I better add 4 to the other side as well, right? Because if I added it to one, I need to remember to add it to the other. All right, now what we do with this 4, okay, so we have a plus here, and then we're going to factor out the 4. So in other words, divide it to the front, okay? So we'll be left with y squared, and then we will do negative 8 divided by the 4 to get minus 2y, and then plus blank inside this. Okay, so the y terms all will have a 4 factored out. Okay, so over here, we do need to add a blank since we're going to do a completed square here. Okay, so we'll complete the square inside the parentheses. So we divide the middle term by 2 to get negative 1, but when we square it, we get positive 1. And this is the first really important little tweak because we didn't actually add 1 to the left. Okay, if we multiplied this back through, we would have added 4, right? We added 4 times 1, so we actually have to add 4 to the other side as well. Okay, and that is just an important thing to watch out for. All right, let's write our next step. So this one would be x plus 2 squared. Remember, this number is going to be half the middle term. Okay, and then plus, leave the 4 out front. This will be y minus 1 squared. And then over here, we have negative 4 plus 4, which is 0 plus 4. So we get 4 total over here. Okay, this next step is the other little tweak we have to do. So we're going to realize that the ellipse equation was equal to 1, right? The circle equation sure had a number over here, but the ellipse equation must have a 1. So we're going to divide by whatever number is over here on the right. And as if we do it to one side, we do it to the other side. We're going to divide each term by 4. Now it should start looking a little more ellipse equation-y. Okay, so over here, we just have x plus 2 squared over 4. And then next, we're going to, take 4 divided by 4. So this one is just y minus 1 squared divided by 1. You don't really have to have the 1 down there, but I would kind of like it because that shows you what a and b are better. And then over here, 4 divided by 4 is 1. This is the equation of our ellipse, okay? We are also going to just practice graphing these and, taking a look at them a little bit because it's good practice to find the foci and the vertices sometimes. Okay, so first of all, from the equation, we get that the center is negative 2 comma 1. And then we do know that our a squared is 4, so a is 2. And our b squared is 1, so our b is also 1. And that we also know that it is horizontally oriented. Okay, so let's go to the center -2 comma 1. And then we're going to go left and right a. So go positive and -2. And then we're going to go up and down 1. That was the minor axis. So we can graph this ellipse without doing any Pythagorean theorem or anything. That's what it looks like. So our vertices for this are pretty easy just to look at the graph and decide. So we'll say vertices are at 0, comma 1 and -4, comma 1. Your book just, again, only lists the vertices as the ends of the major axis, so we're just going to stick with that. Okay, and then the foci. For the foci, remember, they will be somewhere in here, right? And we have to decide where they are based on this triangle. That triangle is extremely tiny, so let's look at it here. The C is what we don't know now. We do know B is 1 and that A is 2. Okay, so we're going to do C squared plus 1 squared equals 2 squared. So C squared is equal to 4 minus 1, 3, and C is the square root of 3. Okay, so this is kind of crucial. Watch how we actually say where these points are, okay? So basically we're going to go from the center and add square root 3 to the center and subtract square root 3. And as you can see, it's going to be in the horizontal direction. So our center is at -2, comma 1. So -2 plus square root 3, comma 1, and -2 minus square root 3, comma 1. So again, we put them on only the x coordinate, the root 3's, because we're going left and right from the center. And that is our first equation.